station, a place of interplanetary commerce and intrigue. The cultures of the world meet here to debate their differences and resolve their conflicts.
I would say that the reality exceeds the vision.
It's different. It's really different. We have made the Star Wars for television.
It was a dream, 5 years in the making.
For TV, I don't think there's been anything like it, ever.
No one is doing anything this elaborate and this complex.
There was no way I could anticipate. You mean the sets and the costumes?
Now, the prime time.
Cut! Cut!
On Babylon 5, revolutionary in its concept.
I think the show has a great look, a great sound. I think there's going to be a fairly wide appeal for it.
Radical in its production techniques.
We came with a new process of being able to apply such a detailed makeup.
What we tried to do is do a lot of animatronic creatures that are rarely used on TV.
Hawaiian.
Unrivaled in its technology.
Visual effects like this don't have to cost millions of dollars anymore.
Babylon 5.
The models. Then we're painting them, we're lighting them, and we're photographing them. Only we're doing it within the computer-simulated environment, and also we're building everything to...
You know, scene, we're going to have about 15 people, a combination of people in suits as puppeteers and people outside actually controlling the facial features or the mechanical parts.
This is a character called Jakar, and what we have to do is it's a full-head appliance that we put on every day, and every single day this has to be painted. We have a different one. It only lasts for 1 day. We're trying to give a different look that you usually don't see in movies.
Ambassador Morlani, I would like to discuss your vote with you.
Anything else? The thing about Rob doing your makeup is it never hurts. Ow! That was really hot. No, just kidding. He's very, very gentle. Not a bit of this. Ow! Really? Jeez, can you believe it? No. Actually, what he's doing here is we're aging. What are we putting, like 5 to 10, Rob, on my eye?
Yeah, definitely.
Londo's, we figure, is about 50 years old, and so he wants to put a little age around the eyes. So he adds that latex. Babylon 5 is sort of a UN in space. There are 5 ambassadors from 5 different solar systems, 5 different people, and Londo is one of the ambassadors. The hairstyle has been described as part Bozo the Clown and part Patti LaBelle at Motown's 25th anniversary show.
As you go from introduction to conflict to rising action to climax to denouement. I'm sorry, that must be me. I've played with the notion that the 3rd season narration would begin with Babylon 5 was our last best hope for peace. It failed. You laugh now. Other questions? You shouldn't shout them out. Yes, sir. Will you see the techno mages again? Good chance. As you know, one must assume that not all of them actually made it out. Other questions? Will the gag reel be released on video? Probably not. This, we just made it up for our wrap parties and for the Christmas reel, and they weren't really made as something to make money off of. We tend not to do a lot of stuff that could make us money because we don't care. We're just trying to tell a story, and they're made for our personal amusement, and that's really about it. Other questions? If I had a bigger budget, what would I spend it on? Probably the actors, then our production crew. I'd probably do 2 or 3 second unit days per episode. But frankly, I can't imagine that. Hello. Thank you. I can't imagine that much more would I be spending it on. Microphones, perhaps. The problem is on our show. I mean, we. There's maybe other questions. If I understood the question correctly, and there was a lot of it there, did a lot of plot points change with the addition of Sheridan over Sinclair? And did they affect characters and situations that got us surrounded there?
What?
Pardon me. Yes and no. It changed in that it allowed us to do stuff more easily that we could not have done before. There was a review I was reading in Dreamwatch magazine this morning. A nice fan gave it to me yesterday. And they said that in the second season, the character of Sheridan kind of was by the boards for the first 10 episodes, and that the other characters came to the forefront. My feeling was it's easier to do that with a new character who we didn't have a long relationship with, and take someone like Sinclair and bury him for 11 episodes. Now look, Delenn has come to the forefront with her change. Jakar and Londo have really taken over the show to some extent. I have to bat them down constantly when I write them. Otherwise it'll be the Londo and Jakar show. The other races have come to the forefront. It's allowed us to make this more of an ensemble show in some ways, believe it or not, even though we have a big name, lead, quote unquote, and be more democratic in the storylines. So it's helped me out enormously. It's affected the other characters the way you see that they are affected on the show. Garibaldi doesn't have a resource anymore, or a support mechanism for himself. He had that before with Sinclair. Now he doesn't have that. Other questions? Can I tell you more about Psychor and the role in the future? Not really. I just try to think about what I can tell you, and no. Pardon? What their symbol stands for? That is the Greek letter psi, PSI, which stands for the mind. And I figured that'd be the perfect symbol to use for the Psychor. By the way, you people scared the hell out of me. So someone sent me a copy of the London Times. You all know what Mensa is? Mensa, this, for those who don't know, and either A, don't know, or B, are very quiet, is the high IQ society. I once qualified to join it. I was there for 2 days and split because this is a very sad bunch of guys. We're smart. Socially maladroit, but smart.
It's time to change.
Okay, I'm going to ask the one question, I'll get off the stage. You all ready now? Good. The British version has split in half.
Attention please, all visitors with tickets to the auditorium, could you please make your way there now, as the show is about to start. All visitors with tickets to the auditorium, could you please make your way there now, as the show is about to start.
I am grievously insulted. No, but they split apart. And according to the spokesman, the former president of Mensa, the group he intends to start now is called Psychor. Scared the hell out of me when I heard that. I ain't leaving the house. I turn the stage over to the guys from Optic Nerve. Thank you.
I play Lando Malare, and these are the artists from Optic Nerve. This is Greg Funk and Fiona Cush. You may applaud. I know you enjoy when I do that Delando Malari voice, but wasn't the voice I did of the announcement to get Joe off the stage good? It's the only way to get him off the stage. You have to make an announcement to get him off. Well, you know, you're going to actually have an hour session with Joe, and we're going to have an hour with me, but this is really Optic Nerve, so if you want to take this out of my hand, Greg, to start, you can, or shall I just sit down and do it? We're going to, you're going to see this artistry at work.
Okay, we're going to go through this for the probably 250th time now. Usually it's about 4 a.m. in the morning that we do it, though, so we're going to do it, and it's usually a little more intimate. What I'm going to do is Fiona's getting him set, and she's going to glue his hair all down, because we're going to make him appear bald. I'm going to put this rubber latex, foam latex appliance on him. It's sculpted pretty realistically. And we have the wig here and everything. We were going to do some slides too, I think, but I'm not really sure how we're going to work that out yet. We can just chat a bit while we do the makeup and answer some questions while we're doing that. And I guess the television cameras will cover everything so you can see up close what we're doing. We're just going to do the makeup, basic makeup materials, theatrical supply stuff that we buy at any kind of beauty supply place. I don't know, why don't we ask a couple questions now until Fiona gets ready for my part to start gluing him down. Then Fiona might answer some questions for you. Maybe. Yeah, okay.
I was going to say, this is a little like when you were 7 years old and you get your hair cut, you know? You get to swing your feet and Fiona takes care of you. When Greg said it's usually a lot more intimate, we usually both wear lingerie because it happens at 4 o'clock in the morning. No one's there, so we get comfortable, you know? Actually, I can't imagine how many times you have done this, really. How many times have we done this together?
It's hundreds. It has to be hundreds.
It's hundreds. It has to be hundreds. Anyway, yeah, we're open to hear any questions you have, or we can just give you a little rundown about what this process is like. He showed you that piece of sculpted rubber, and the process is, what are you guys did a cast of my head? Is that how it started?
I can kind of explain the process. First, we did a cast of his head using dental impression material, like if you get your teeth cast at a dentist, and we ultimately get a stone version of his head, so it's like a sculpted bust looking of ultracal plaster. And then we actually make a smaller mold of just the top of his head that's a little more easy to work with and sculpt and mold. And then this piece, the likeness of which is sculpted in clay, in Roma plastilina clay. And then another mold is made on that, and we're actually using a new space-age mold material that's like an epoxy. It lasts a lot longer than stone, and it'll hold up to, again, hundreds of bakings in an oven before it'll start to break down. It's supposed to be 5 years, which is great. 5-year run of the show, perfect, with any luck at all. And then this piece is molded, and out of that mold we get these rubber pieces, which we can make hundreds of without losing any detail. And that's basically it for his makeup, is just this one piece and the wig, which was all hand-tied human hair. It's just pretty realistically, and the eyebrows. This is the wig we used for the second season only. The first season wig did not survive very well at all, so it became the stunt Londo wig.
Is there anyone out there who can do a manicure or pedicure while I'm waiting? I'm getting babied up here. I'm just getting into it. You know, I wanted to say that I guess I told some people yesterday, the reason they do this is when we did the pilot, there was another company doing hair and makeup. And they started to experiment in cutting my hair shorter and shorter in order to put this bald cap on me. And it just wasn't working. The harder they worked at it, the worse it was. They couldn't, the wig was heavy enough that it was pulling the front of the bald cap. So over a period of 5 days of tests, my hair went from this to this to this, till I finally looked like a guy from San Quentin. You know, I'd just gotten out of prison. And I said, you know what, let's just cut it all off. So they cut it off, and then I was bald for the movie. I never knew this was going to go to series. So when it did go to series, the first negotiation I made with Joe Straczynski was, I don't want to be bald the rest of my life. So that's why they do this process. Greg, I mean, he just told me yesterday that if I was bald, my makeup would take 20 minutes. Is that what you think? Now it takes 2.5 hours. So that's vanity for you. Actually, Actually, it isn't. You know, there are some people who really are aware of it. We've had 2 or 3 actresses, it just turns out to be they were actresses, who were Narns and had that full rubber put on their face and then just really freaked and couldn't get through the morning, you know, just said, I don't care how much you're paying me, get me out of this, and went crazy. So, you know, some people just react differently to it. I'm not aware of it at all. It feels really comfortable, and so I guess that varies from individual to individual. Yeah, of course. You know, when it all, the interesting thing about getting into character is it takes the whole process, and then when it's all on, and then the teeth go in, and then off you go. All you do is say, Mr. Garibaldi, and you're ready to run.
Hey.
Tell them a little about Jacquard.
Oh, Jacquard. It's much different than Peter's, only in that it's covers his entire head, and every microscopic inch of his face is covered. And
the little spray thing?
Yeah, the airbrush. Yeah, we're using the airbrush a lot this season. Last season we just kind of painted the spots on where the front part of the face would blend into the back part of the head, and this year we're using the airbrush a lot, which is a nice, smooth, more organic look.
Can you tell I've really picked up a lot of makeup terms? I call it the little spray thing. That's the professional name for it, the little spray thing.
And so Andreas's makeup from beginning to end probably takes about 2.5 hours, and the last thing we do is put his scleral contact lenses in, which are about 22 millimeters, which is about the largest contact lens you can get for your eye. And it basically covers the entire white portion of the eye. So it's quite large, but it is a soft contact, so it's not uncomfortable to wear. And he will put them in probably at 7 o'clock in the morning. He can wear them all the way until, you know, 6 to 7 o'clock in the evening and have no discomfort whatsoever. But he wears through a pair about every season, and they eventually get like a worn spot on one side, and you have to replace them. And but he's great. He's a wonderful trooper. He can really put through all that. Doesn't complain. It's got to be so hot, especially in the summer when in LA it gets to about 108 for a couple of weeks, I would say, in July or August. So it's 108 degrees Fahrenheit outside, which is quite hot. And he spends a lot of time outside smoking and drinking coffee and having donuts. So, and I'm running around trying to say, no, stay out of the heat. Get into the shade somewhere, just so his makeup won't fall off. It takes, the question is, how long does it take to do Jacquard? It's about 2.5 hours from beginning to end. From the time he gets in, we slick his hair back and then put the, what we call the cowl, which is a portion that goes over the whole part of his head except for just his face showing. We glue that down, and then we take the appliance and glue the whole appliance on at that point.
How much does it cost to do the whole thing?
Oh, we have slides in the back.
What was that question?
I'm sorry.
How much does it cost to do the Jacquard mask, the whole head and the eyes as well?
A lot of people ask that question. We have such an immense group of people that work on the project. Everybody gets a hand in it. So we have a sculptor who sculpts. We have people who make molds. We have people who, you know, do different run foam in it and everything. So there's really everything in it as a bulk. The whole show costs X amount of dollars. It's not specifically Jacquard costs this much, Londo costs this much, and et cetera, et cetera. So we get a lump sum of money at Optic Nerve, and that takes care of episode to episode for whatever might be involved with that episode.
With these makeup people, there's a lot of money sliding under the tables and stuff, you know? It's not like a straight salary, you know what I mean, right?
It's not going in my pocket. So, but yeah, so we're always next to one another, and Peter and Andreas are two wonderful people to work with, and they just go back and forth, and try to keep the,
They call this work.
Yeah.
Man, I'm worn out.
What a hardship.
He usually puts a little piece of nylon, like a nylon stocking thing, across my hair to hold my hair down. It doesn't do anything. I just like having a nylon stocking on my head. I work better that way. Can you see that up there? I guess it's got to be thin enough so that it can actually pick up my expressions, you know? This isn't rubber. No, really, it isn't. It just, as I said, I guess some people find it really uncomfortable and feel like there's something stuck on there. And I don't know, I've never had any problem with it. It's just glued on there and it feels fine to me. I just
kind of want to take this time to even to talk a little bit about Peter and Andreas and Mira and everyone else who wears these appliances. They'll give us plenty of credit, but they're very humble, and the fact that they're the ones that have to walk around and act with these pieces of rubber on their face, and they really do an incredible job of bringing it all to life. And it is, and so many times they say, oh, thanks for a great job, but they do a wonderful job at trying to bring, I mean, it is a piece of rubber, regardless of what you think, brings it to life, and they do an incredible job.
Makeup artist from Star Trek Deep Space Nine, are you? Just want to find out before, no.
Oh, you're from Germany. Okay. You know, as an artist, I have to simply say the show was on for 7 years. They've won 7 Emmys. And the only thing I'll say is that I hope that if we ever get to travel to stars and other planets, that there'll be people with other things besides bridges of noses and foreheads. So many aliens for a casino scene or something like that. Were there a lot? Yeah, we've had massive numbers episodes this year. We had an episode with Marcabs. We had 50 Marcabs we had to do, 50 aliens for one show, which is just unheard of. And but we do it. You know, it's great. It's a challenge. We get it done, and maybe we're blowing the paint dry while we're taking it to set that day, but it gets done. And yeah, they're heavy days, but we bring in some extra makeup artists, not just us 4 that are doing the makeup. And we bring extra people on board to help us out. Have we ever made up Joe for anything? No, we would love to make Joe up. We would love to make Joe up. Hopefully he can write himself in next season. That would be great. Joe says no, he wouldn't. Excuse me? The Vorlon, yeah, there you go. Nice and tall Vorlon. Might have to add an extra piece to the bottom of the Vorlon, though, because he's so tall. It seems so, yeah. Oh, yeah, we have lots of problems on set. Again, as I said, with the heat, it makes the actors sweat. And you have the glue as a barrier between the foam and the actual person who's sweating. You know, it's a natural process, you sweat. So as the sweat comes to the surface, it has a tendency to work its way through the glue, and then areas will pop up. But again, there's 1,000 different things you can do to fix it, and sometimes if it's really bad and you can't get to it, you can snip a hole in the foam and actually go in with a glue brush and re-glue that area back down and glue the slit back together again. But it's an ongoing process all during the day, 12, 14, 16 hours on set to keep these makeups glued and down. And it's not like, I mean, when we get in the morning at 4:30, we work like crazy for 3 or 4 hours, and then it's kind of a waiting job until these guys go on set. And then when they're on set, we're there the whole day just going around and keeping the makeups touched up, and they eat, and you had chickens and all kinds of donuts and stuff stuffed up inside people's faces that are wearing extra masks and stuff, and we have to dig all that food out and glue it back down. So yeah, it can be fun all day.
Dig it on out and then serve it up the next day again, you know? That's a nice thing. That's how we came in under budget, huh, Joe? Those chickens and donuts, and we're proud of them. Some people, boy, I'll tell you. Did you come up with that yourself? Fiona?
Tanya and I were sitting in a restaurant about 3 years ago in Richmond, and we decided to do something stupid. And exactly what we did. The next day we got on a flight to LA. We went for 2 weeks to try and find out whether we could or couldn't work. We took our portfolios And then about a year later, we came back, and a year later, we moved out there. We worked for a very low-budget horror movie company called Roger Corman for 6 months. And whilst working on the show, we met an actor who'd actually worked on Babylon 5 the year before, and he gave us Optic Nerve's number. We called them up, and I'm standing here today.
Just about everybody you talk to about how they get into this business, there's always that one moment of courage when you say, I think I'm just going to step off the end of that diving board and go. And yeah, it's always there. It's great to have enough belief in yourself to get on a plane and fly to Los Angeles. It's just nuts, but it worked out. It's amazing how common that story is.
I don't know how long it actually takes to make these wigs, but I'd venture to guess it would definitely take a few weeks, no less than 2 or 3. But some of these people, again, they work under deadlines of film, which is completely ignorant to any other realistic deadlines in any business. And sometimes eyebrows would have to be made, and one guy that made the Londo wig for last season, named Ron Pipes, he would bang out some eyebrows like overnight, sit home, watch TV, and work all night and make eyebrows. Same thing with the wigs. Sometimes you can get them done. You can cheat them a little bit. This wig is completely hand-tied. Last season, it was a store-bought wig in the back, but just the front, where the lace is, so it blends off, was hand-tied. And you can do something like that and kind of cheat it a bit, I guess, and still get it done quickly, but again, quickly for making a wig is very slow, a matter of weeks, probably.
You understand that it's a piece of lace with human hair, one hair at a time, tied on, one hair at a time. So it's, yeah, pretty little. That's what somebody said yesterday. He said he wants to see Dennis Franz from NYPD in one of these wigs. I'll get that news to Dennis as soon as I get back. That's going to be big. I think we've lost Dennis for a while now, He's really taken off. I'm sure NYPD Blue is big here, but, he won the Emmy and all. And so he's really taken off. But somebody yesterday suggested, wouldn't it be nice for Dennis to come on and have a scene with Londo? It's nice, isn't it? Maybe what I'll do is let you guys finish up this time, and I'll go, Okay. I'll be back.
Peter Jurasik. Peter wants me to show you the little box that we keep his teeth in. It says Londo teeth. This is actually the second one. That's funny. Sometimes we lose things on set, and one of the grips came into the trailer like our last week, and he handed me the original Londo teeth jar, and he said, I found this on set. It's gone. It was lost for 1.5 years. So he actually brought it out. I don't know. Well, hold on.
My dear and good friends, thank you for the warm and kind reception. Now, before we begin, I feel that I must tell you that today Here, you will hear many speakers and see many things. And yes, they will be very interesting. The Venerable Mr. Straczynski will speak to you, yes? And the gorgeous and cunning Claudia Christian, yes? And exhibitions from Optic Nerve and such that will be so stirring and startling. However, I must say that congratulations are in order, for you have now reached the Centauri portion of the day. In my own humble opinion, in the next hour, the sun will rise and set for your convention. Yes? Good. I want you to know that as an official representative of the Centauri Republic, I want to thank you for having me here and having me to your fine country, Great Britain, yes? Great Britain. Pardon my ignorance, but is there another country nearby not so Great Britain? Perhaps that is France or America. Yes? Yes.
Ireland.
Ireland. Ancora Triano, Triano, di corva carpa andare, mestata di vol. Thank you. Thank you. I could have been a performer, but I don't look good in tights.
That Pavarotti's sweating.
I beg your pardon?
That Pavarotti's sweating.
What did he say?
That Pavarotti's sweating.
Oh, Pavarotti's sweating. He's one of your opera singers, is he? Yes.
You look good in tights for your tentacles.
Thank you. This young man is fixated on my tentacles, isn't he? Or is it just me?
I'd just like to ask, in one episode, Londo said, I need to get a proper job. And what's Londo's definition of a proper job?
I would suspect a proper job for me would be a military job, yes. Leading a group of men with one clear objective, and then accomplishing that objective, and then having some fun, and enjoying the fact that we have succeeded. There was probably no greater pleasure for me than when I was a soldier. That would be fun. No, this diplomat, this ambassador stuff, chatting here and the deal here. Are we done? Well, I'm finished. You got some Centauri opera. What can I tell you except how much I have enjoyed this time? Did you have an enjoyable time? You didn't drink. I will go now, but in the tradition of all good Centauris, I'll meet you all in the bar, drinks on me.
People that come to these things. Walk-on partner. Wait till I see it work well. this all day.
Go on, put it on.
Come on.
It's incredible, that is.
Yeah.
Won't come off now, you have to go home in that.
Oh, really? I don't
One more.
I'm sure those ones.
Pull. It's you. It's definitely you. I'm ready for my close-up.
When do you start? As soon as I, wait a second, hold on. I know her. It's Lita. Who? Lita? Who be Lita? The bitch. Michael. Thank you for the sensitivity, Captain. I do not lie when I say this could have been a major something. That's funny.
Attach homing beacon and do something else.
And when I get there, I'll have done it with...
Petty. Sign of instrumentation, no. Visible blue. Visible blue.
Stupid.
We just got a coded message from Earth Force Intelligence, ultraviolet priority. They posted a system-wide fugitive.
What's the situation?
If that's true, then whoever tried to kill her probably doesn't even remember trying to do it. And that wasn't even close to the line, so we'll do it again. One more time, okay?
Have to...
What's this? A fake pocket? You've been holding out on me. Boy, I bet there was supposed to be a data crystal in this really small pocket down here, wasn't there?
And they show no indication that he was suffering from any kind of medical problems. There are days when they are a pain in the deck, no? There are days when they are a pain in the deck. Why am I going to have this trouble? They are a pain in the deck.
Pocket. You don't want us to board that?
Finding a way. I'm sorry. I want to...
Because the large ideals act.
Oh. Then see it.
And we will not. What will we will not? What the hell am I saying?
However what?
Sure, there are other rituals we must observe. I want to start again. Flarn. Sorry. It is then tradition for the guests to set aside one piece, one side.
Could this situation possibly get any uglier? Well, answer me.
I don't know. That's why I am putting you in charge to oversee... Hit me again.
Oh, thank you, Captain.
Overseeing you. That motherfucker's, it's gassing up the ship.
Oh, shit.
Son of a bitch. Now, if he's hurt...
It's him! It's him! Get him! Get him!
Because we are the same, you may ask your questions. If you can tolerate the answers. Who carved your bone? It's a fabulous...
Same guy. It's just a new thing he's doing.
No. Bye. Mark talk about Hattie Flarn.
Flarn, Shabbat.
Get her out of here. Place her under house arrest now.
The cores, Mother, the cores. Father, Wolf. Would you get me out of the door so fast?
Got that.
You bitch! What?
Everyone always said that it was impossible to take out a Winbury Moore-accuser. Shit.
You got him way off. It couldn't be more off the fucking mark.
Exactly on my mark. Registering massive...
Star Wars. How can it be unauthorized? According to Earth Central Records, he is supposed to be dead. Can a dead man... shuttle doors. I thought I saw a putty cat. I did see a putty cat.
What I said before about hobbies, I was wrong. What, pray tell, at risk of my losing the rest of my hair,
Right.
was it intrigued you about this?
Well, specifically, it's an episode in the first season where Garibaldi and Sinclair are discussing his place in the pecking order. And it appeared to me that they were at the urinal at this time.
That they were what?
At the urinal.
Oh, yes, the urinal.
Right? Now, as they emerge talking, they come down this section of
They
corridor.
pass a woman.
They don't, yes. They don't pass any other doors.
No.
So, are they communal toilets, or...
It was a communal director. Although we do have communal changing rooms. In fact, in an upcoming episode, you will see that the changing rooms in Babylon 5 used by the Star Ferry pilots, men and women, are used by both sexes. And that will have gotten past that in 200 years. But you will see the B-5 toilets one more time before the season's out. In fact, the shot of the Pakmara you saw coming out he was emerging from the Pakmara bathroom, which is something you really don't want to get near. Yeah, another question. I don't know how much time I might have more here. I assume we have a minute or two. Huh? It's time? Then one more question. So the pressure's on. You're the last question. They're all looking at you. If you stooge the question up, they're going to blame you for blowing the last opportunity for a question. No pressure, go.
I think everybody's wondering, is Jeff Sinclair going to come back either on a permanent basis or a proper guest appearance as opposed to a sort of 5-minute message on the screen? Because we all liked him and we want to see him back.
A proper guest appearance is my intention, yes. In fact, we have been discussing quietly a two-parter with Michael, and which would resolve the Babylon 4 story in a big way. But that's still in the talking stage right now. We're still trying to work this out. Because the threads have to be tied off in this show, and we will do that, including Sinclair, who will achieve his destiny. And on that note, I'm told I must now surrender the stage. And I just want to repeat again how wonderful it is to come here and to have our first Babylon convention in England. I think that with you people having established the model so well of how science fiction should be done for television, it's a marvelous thing to be gifted with this kind of recognition. And it's been a very, very long journey for us. We're now 2 years down with 3 to go. And it is my abiding hope that you will stay with us for the rest of our journey, and we appreciate your support more than you could possibly ever know. Thank you.
I feel like a robot. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It's all right, you're allowed to talk to me, you know.
You're late.
Pardon?
You're late.
There's a troublemaker in the house. There's a heckler down there. What's your name, sir?
Kevin.
Ah, it's Kevin. Stands to reason, doesn't it? Good night, Kev. Where are you from, Kev? Dudley.
It's Kevin Dudley.
You from Dudley? What show are you into?
Everything.
Oh, Kevin's into everything. Watch him. And do you like Captain Scarlet? Yeah. Yeah, you like that? I like that. That was one of my favourite shows when I was a kid. I used to think Captain Black was the hero, you know. Years later, I found out he was a baddie. Yes, so anyone got any questions to start the ball rolling? Because I'm a bit of a slow starter, and I need some inspiration. So, we have to do this kind of one-to-one workshop situation, like they do in acting classes. What's it like being a pussy? It depends how you touch me. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. You know how it goes. No, it's very good, actually. I have to be careful how I lick my lips. Yeah, right. Yeah, look at it all going, what's he mean? You know what I mean. No, we're all vegetarians. Was this too blue or what? Any other questions at all? Just to let's get with it. That's right. Nice confident hand up there.
You can get a microphone as well.
Sit down, Eric. Oh, that's my friend Eric. He's going to be passing the mic around to all the brave ones who want to ask a question. All together now say, hello, Eric.
Hello, Eric.
I don't think he believes you.
Detroit. Oh, sorry, wrong country. How you guys doing today? Wake up! It's time to party. Oh, boy. Now, that you've heard just about everything to do with the details and the, specific pedestrian things about Babylon 5, I thought that I'd try something different than yesterday. I'm just not going to talk at all. No, actually. There's a few little things going around the set, a few little rumors, a few little facts of trivia that I thought you guys might enjoy. Since I'm sure you guys are all gossip mongers. Look at him up front. Yes, please, get off some more. Yeah, well. Scottish, sorry. I don't do Rob Roy, sorry. So this is what I've decided to do, I think that Joe has left the room for a few minutes, because otherwise he'd be really angry at me for sharing this knowledge. So while he's getting something to eat, I'm going to share some little secrets with you folks. What do you think about that, huh? Great. Numero uno. First, trivial, true piece of actual fact from the Ripley-Straczynski's, believe it or not, Babylon 5 history of trivia. One of the men on our set In our show, one of the actors has a fake leg. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not joking. And you can tell during the running scenes, if you notice, there's a small, perceptible limp. Can anybody guess who it is? Huh? One free photo of Ivanova to the man in the back. Yay! You won. He's right. No, just kidding. Nobody can guess? Okay, if everybody makes a list of their answers at the end of this show, okay, you all make your list of answers. Who you think all these people are, you send it in. You're gonna win a photo of me, and that and a buck and a cup of coffee will get you nothing because I've already signed about 9,000 photos. I actually have no middle finger left on my right hand, so it's not gonna be worth anything, but it's the fun of it. Number 2 piece of trivia. Somebody on the set has a very ill-fitting upper plate, okay? You find this funny? I feel sorry for the guy. Did I say? Okay. Seriously, you can tell in episode 4, there's a slight clicking sound when he says observation dome. That's all I'm gonna say. Can anybody guess? I'm not gonna say a word. Okay. Number 3. Does this work? How can we get this up here? There we go. Okay, 5. Okay. There's me. I'm the one in the bathing suit, laying down. Joe Straczynski, right there. And I just thought that you'd all enjoy seeing that.
In your initial section that there was no practical jokes played, but we saw in the bloopers earlier a rubber snake being dangled down in front of you, and you screaming, "Why is it always me?" What's the story behind this?
I must have "kick me" written on the back of my jacket because I swear to you, every time something is dangling down. Let me rephrase that. Once, actually, there's one little funny one. There was one time when I'm standing at the observation dome, and it's a majestic shot, and I'm just imagining, you get the stars out here, and I'm picturing all of a sudden somebody drops a model of the Enterprise down. What was that? So I killed him. Anyway, next question.
Actually, were we right? Was it a snake, or was it one of Lando's tentacles?
It was Kosh. Yes.
Hi, Claudia. What kind of music do you like to listen to?
Well, Richard, it's Richard, right? I love classical music and jazz. That's really my stronghold. I'm not really that up or current with the new groups. In fact, I remember saying to somebody, well, isn't that Toad Leopard Sprut Me? I mean, I have no idea. A lot of the groups I've never listened to. I listen to mostly opera and classical, jazz, blues. Love Sarah Vaughan. Love, Chet Baker. Love the high romantic period of opera. Shall I play a little? Go on. Yes, sir.
Hi, Claudia.
Hello.
Can you tell me, does Bruce Boxleitner actually snore?
Now, if I said that, honey, Melissa Gilbert would be awfully angry, wouldn't she? He got married on New Year's Eve to Melissa Gilbert, the wonderful actress from Little House on the Prairie and now recently in Dark Justice. Yeah, they got married. It's really incredible. I'm really, really actually very happy for them. And if I did admit that I knew that he snored, I'd be killed. But he faked it pretty well in that scene, so I'm sure he does. All men snore. Come on. Oh, like you're denying it. Look at this guy. Yeah, right. All men snore. Anybody else? Is this my time up? Oh, yeah. No. No. Oh, I know what you want me to do. Not the Ricky Lee. You mean Billie Holiday does Ricky Lee. No, Ricky Lee Jones does Billie Holiday.
Love and where can you be?
But we know they come off. We've seen people take them off.
No, actually, yeah, I've actually run it right in the middle of the scene, fly my hand and see this link propelling this guy. It's a bit embarrassing. I use tape on mine because I don't like the glue, because when you pull it off, your veins literally come up with the glue. So the men who are a little bit more hardy than I am use the glue, I use the tape. Ladies and gentlemen, why doesn't Ivana have more scenes with Londo?
This is a scene with Londo, I think. I haven't written them yet, but I will if you want me to.
I don't think we've said three. Have we ever really had a scene together? No, we've never had a scene.
When the camera's rolling, no.
No.
Wait a minute.
She's a temptress, isn't she? No, we had one scene when Garibaldi was in a coma, right? That's it. We said two
And the
words.
scene with you on the monitor yelling at her over the And Now for a Word episode. Of course, you were separated by a camera.
No, that wasn't a scene, a real scene together, right?
No, I think this, now that Londo's turning into something on the dark side.
You want to stay
now
away?
he's going to start writing scenes. They're best friends. Great, thanks, Joe. They're having tea, they're talking, they're going to movies together.
I live to serve.
We got a question here?
No, I serve to live.
Yeah, Claudia, both you and Peter have expressed a preference for opera today. Are you going to give us a duet?
Yes.
Would you like to do something?
Don Giovanni, I want your money.
I want to do a scene with Claudia.
But I want money.
That's our scene. I haven't seen the Centauri Opera.
Centauri opera is almost as annoying, and this is no offense to the Chinese culture, but have you ever heard Chinese culture? It's like Narn opera.
Oh.
And Peter's about to sing a little right now.
You are going to get unless some of you have seen. Some of you seen Knives already? All right. Well, you're going to get a little Centauri opera.
Sounds a little like one for the money, two for the show.
Hey, Elvis is the king of Centauri opera.
Hi, I'm disappointed about this merchandising thing, because I want to know how long I've got to wait for an Ivanova action figure.
Hey, baby, this is the Ivanova action figure right here.
I know you're waiting for the Ivanova blow-up doll, actually, but you just didn't want to say it.
It has an official Babylon insignia. You just got to find it.
As long as it didn't go boom.
Well, how about the Joe No action figure? It's like...
They have a Londo blow-up doll. It just takes forever to blow it up. Jeez.
You have to understand what it is to work with these people on a daily basis. Do you in this
Now we know why there isn't a scene with us together.
Do you in this country have the game Whack-A-Mole? We have these little, like, 8 burrows and a mole sticks up. You have to hit it down all the time. All of them. All 15 of them. They're all mad.
He's right.
Anything else?
So many silence broke out. Are they as lazy as we are?
He said, have you thought trying out for the Three Stooges, replacing for the Three Stooges?
We are the Three Stooges. What are you doing?
This is our last shot. We close up in about, what is it, half hour? A little less than that? 15, 20 minutes? What? Who? What? Where? What?
While you're over in the UK, you're going to pop over to Wales to see when The Prisoner was shot. I mean, as if it's your favourite TV show.
Eventually, I'll make it over to Port Merin. Yeah, eventually I haven't done it yet, though. You guys ever been to Port Merin? Wake up.
We were just talking between ourselves.
Port Merin?
No. Am I being invited? I'll go. What's your name first? I gotta know you. My mom likes me to know their name first.
How much money do you have?
Her mom is here, too.
Oh, a third microphone. Good.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Claude.
What a mistake, giving me a mic.
How about Claudia in her Armani suit? Come on, huh? I wish I had an Armani suit.
Suits my brothers. Come on.
What's that?
Oh, you know, now you're really sinking low, bro.
Really?
Get the Kosh guy and him and get him out of here right now.
Is there a chance we'll see any of you at WorldCon this September?
At WorldCon?
No, not at this point, no.
I wasn't invited.
The problem is we'll be shooting at that point.
Oh, that's why. Minor detail.
Making a series, I mean, you know.
Oh, that's right, work.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. They give us 1 week off every 5 years, and we just really blow our brains out during that time.
An episode takes, from the start of principal photography, 52 days to complete.
That's right, 52 days, that's right.
Yeah, that's post-production. 7 days to shoot.
Unless there are any Ivana Lando scenes, then it's 54 days. No, what is it?
Only 7 days to shoot for the actors.
7 days to shoot, 52 days for total post-production. Yeah.
We've seen an increase in the quality of the graphics from the pilot to the second series. Is the third series going to continue with this the increase in quality, and we're going to be seeing more ships, etc.?
No, we want to decrease the quality in the third year.
Good idea.
My feeling is, you know, just start hand puppets. Hand puppets are the way to go. We're going to have flat writing for the characters. They will all be sitting in a room talking about Pinter for 22 episodes. I think it's worthwhile. It's daring, nouveau, experimental.
Have you ever seen any of my puppetry work?
Really?
Really, I do good puppetry work. Oh,
It's very impressive.
I just don't want to get cut out, that's all.
That wasn't your hand, though, Peter. That's my only concern.
I'm sorry. As I said, have you ever seen any of my puppetry work?
Joe, and we're going to save money by letting me sing the theme song live every week.
Yeah?
You know, instead of having to pay for the actual recording, and I'm going to do it as Dolly Parton.
Cool.
Yeah.
He's going to look and sound a lot like the guy sitting on the end there who keeps on going, course! Course! So watch for that. It's going to be really interesting.
And that's the truth.
Actually, it's Michigan J. Frog. There, you know, okay? You happy now? Other questions? Yes, sir.
Yes, Joe, I'd like to ask you about the soundtrack, the music to the to B5. When we had the pilot, we had we didn't have Christopher Frank doing it. You had,
right.
Yeah. So why was it changed? And do you prefer? Who do you know?
I actually kind of prefer it now.
Do you have any input into the music as well?
I have input to everything.
Obviously.
I like what Christopher is doing with it. The original composer we had for the pilot had to go off on tour and make an album because it wasn't available to us. And I'm very, very happy we have Christopher Frank. He's doing terrific work on it. And you have to understand, what I do on the show, and a lot of people don't know what I do on the show, including Warner Brothers, I think.
I have no idea what he does.
Either do I.
In addition to writing the scripts, I personally edit the producer's cuts of the show. I oversee the scoring, the mixing, the costume design, the prosthetics, you know, everything all goes through my office for approval purposes. So I'm involved in every step of the way. What you're seeing is, you know, what I wanted to have on the air. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I want to ask if you can make like Alfred Hitchcock some inside jokes, just like someone from Optic Nerves running through Babylon 5 with an Optic Nerve t-shirt, or Peter Jurassic without his mask, or maybe some other actors.
Not unless you executive produce the show.
Actually,
doesn't sound like a Joe Straczynski thing to me.
No, but you know, they have had actors, as you saw earlier, that were playing aliens and then come back in later episodes playing themselves. We also had a couple of actors play multiple aliens. There's one fellow who's done probably 4 or 5 different characters. So he's come back as a Narn, and what else did he play? He played...
Mark Henry?
Yeah, he's played it just to...
Everybody's
He's played like the universe, this guy.
Yeah. No, as far as wearing Optic Nerve t-shirts and stuff, I really don't want to do that. Or you know, self-promotion, self-referencing kind of things. I think it breaks the illusion. I do want eventually maybe see a guy wearing a t-shirt that says, "My mom visited Babylon 4, and all I got was this lousy tea." We're going to bring up Optic Nerve in a second for a photo thing for everybody, but I just want to close by saying that what you see here, the friendship and camaraderie, you can't put this kind of stuff on, much as we'd like to try. And it really is sincere, and we all like each other on the show. We hang out together, and then Peter often goes off and buys the whole crew drinks at a local, you know, thing after we finish shooting and dinner. They hang out to go on vacations together, the crew and the cast. And in all the shows that I've worked on, all the television that I've done, I've never seen a cast and crew as professional, as talented, and as amazing as this one. And I feel doubly fortunate to have both the audience and people behind us that we have. I'm just pleased as punch to have them.
Joe Sandwich. Well, I just have to say that it's been the most fun job of my life, and I hope that it definitely continues for the next 3 years because it's a joy to work on.
And this has been terrific fun. You people have been great.
Yeah,
we really
thanks
have
for
had
your
a great
support.
time. Thank you.
You guys are the best.
Thanks for your energy and, you know, thanks.
Keep watching.
And
We'll
Careful! Get a close-up? Get a close-up. It's a Drazi. Ah. How does it feel in there?
It's really comfy.
Funny, she doesn't sound like a Drazi. Are you freaked out at all being underneath the...
No, it's really nice.
She likes it. There you have it. It looks great.
Thank you a lot. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
See you next year, we hope.